Hello, everyone. This is Li Bowen, chair of the Young Engineer Spotlight Program from Society of Information Display. Welcome Display Week 2022. Today, for the Young Engineer Showcase, we have the pleasure of talking to Dr. Mohsen Asad from Ranovus in Canada. Mohsen, could you give us a quick short introduction, please?
Sure. Thanks, Libo, and hello to everyone. My name is Mohsen Asad. I'm a PhD graduate from the University of Waterloo, graduate in electrical engineering. And my expertise and my background is mostly micro-LED displays for high resolution for AR, VR, and for direct view applications.
Okay. So have you attended a Display Week before?
Yes, I attended once when it was virtual.
Okay. What do you what's the most impressive to you in the virtual Display Week?
Actually, like virtual was a great experience for me because I had the chance to attend without traveling. Yeah, so it makes your kind of freedom to schedule your time and the other activities that you need to do, and you don't need to practically be inside of the physical places to listen and to hear what the latest development in display. And the most impressive thing that you see are the people, like they come up with different backgrounds, different expertise, and they share their knowledge, their activities with other people. I think that's very impressive for me.
Yeah. And this year we are going to have an in-person Display Week. I think it's very exciting for people to come together and see and also check out the exhibitions. So what topics and sessions are you most interested in Display Week?
Actually, when I check the programs, the most interesting topic for me is the topics related mostly to the metaverse and application of micro-LED displays for next generation AR, VR headsets or for gaming industry. That's it's more appealing for me to follow and just to check the latest progress.
Yeah, I see you are working in micro LED. So in the future, I think the micro LED will be mature and developed into the AR, VR, AR glasses. So how is your knowledge connected to the display industry?
Sure. As you mentioned, micro LED has lots of benefits, like all the requirements that you need to have very high resolution display, make like big pixel size in the size of few microns, be kind of low power hungry. So we don't need to add too much voltage or current to drive a display. And at the same time, this display can work in different environments, low temperature, high temperature, exposed to oxygen, because these are based like kind of inorganic materials. These technology, as we see them as a building blocks, has some requirements to come to the market as real products. The most important aspects, I think lots of companies are working on that. Also, there is lots of development is how you can integrate the materials on native substrate onto a backplane that is made on other kind of substrate, like mostly gallium nitride or gallium arsenide are grown on substrate like sapphire or silicon or gallium arsenide, and you need to transfer them or attach them or integrate them to a drivers that they are mostly silicon or TFTs. My expertise, I think, is mostly in integration. So I know how to mass transfer LEDs from the growth substrate onto the driving circuits.
Okay, yeah, it's very related and connected to the most challenging problems in the micro LED device. I believe for your knowledge and skills will be very helpful. So what do you wish to see more in the future Display Week? What topics and what talks?
Actually, what is most interesting for me, kind of personal experiences, when I see more panels, technical panels, the senior people, the veterans, that they spend a long time of their life to develop some technology, and then they sit together, they start to discuss about different topics. It looks very interesting to me to see different visions around one topics. That's very interesting kind of activity. But technology-wise, most of the technologies that we have seen development was mostly very conventional, like maybe adding kind of, I can say decreasing the driving voltage or increasing the refresh rate from 60 hertz to 120 hertz. These are more conventional kind of improvement that we see in the display. What I'm really interested to see if we see some kind of innovation that add more functionality to the display. Yeah, it makes it kind of more interactive experience, not just see through the display, also do more activities. I cannot reveal more, but that's why exactly I'm really interested to see more kind of innovation of functionality of displays.
Yeah, it's kind of beyond the display device to the system level functions. Yeah.
Exactly, because we have the space. We can use the space. Right now, the space between the pixel is kind of filled with black matrix or some other materials. So if you can use the space to add more functionality, do more computation, and sensing more from environment, I can give you a better experience of working with display.
Yes, yeah, makes sense. So it's very interesting field in the future. What can you share some of the most exciting things coming out of the Display Week recently?
One of the greatest progress that I have seen was introducing LTPO. I think a few years ago with Apple. That's very interesting to combine two different technologies like oxide TFT and LTPS technology to make a new generation of backplanes. That was very interesting. Introducing MicroLED as a backlight and be able to have local dimming and using in iPad, in MacBook Pro. I think that was also very interesting because you can get very high brightness. Yeah, even I think they limit the brightness that they are using in their products. The display has the capability to be much, much brighter. Those are the technologies that I was very excited actually to see them. And also there is some technologies in optics that makes me very interested, but these are two that I really like them.
So Mohsen, you have working in industry for many years. So for young engineer just joining the industry, do you have any advice for them?
Of course, from my experience, what I learned from that few years I worked in industry, one of the biggest difference between industry and academy, like when you're a student at the graduate school or undergrad, is a teamwork. Mostly when you're at the school, most of your success depends on you. How many hours you work in the lab. If you like you wake up early, you stay in the lab till night, do more characterization, do more fabrication. So your success mostly depends on you. But when you go to industry and working on a bigger project has different objectives, the more success depends on the teamwork. So you have to be able to work with the team and enable all your collaborators, all your colleagues work together to be able to scale up your success. So the most important thing, I think, for the people, for the graduate students, just to know if they wanted to also add more skills is how to communicate clearly. It's very important how to work in a team and be able to kind of detect the objectives, the most important thing, and be focused to get those things done and deliver. But as I said, importantly, is working in a team is super important.
Thank you, Mohsen, for sharing your perspective with us today. And it's my pleasure to talk to you. So have a great one and hope to see you in person in the future this week. Yeah.
Thanks. It was my pleasure. Thanks for your time. And I hope to see more people in Display Week. We can network, we can talk, we can share and make new friendship and make bigger teams. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.